Good morning. It is Sunday, July 24th, 2016. We are back with a broadcast of the quarterfinal game in SOMSFA between the Oakland Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore is 15-1, coached by Tom Cook. Ben Roethlisberger is his quarterback. He's got the Chris Ivory and Terrence West, both with over 1,000 yards for the season. Game's off to a little bit of a late start. We're still waiting for Tom to connect. His receivers, Antonio Gates and Demaryius Thomas, both got over 90 catches. Julio Jones had 63 catches, and Jared Cook. So he's got a pretty nice stable of receivers. He had almost 1,000 yards more. No, over 1,000 yards more than his opponent in total offense. And has just done a good job. Went 15-1, could have gone 16-0 easily, just like I did. So this is a pretty dominant team. And they'll be facing a plucky 9-7 Oakland Raiders team who's riding his success so far on the back arm of Drew Stanton as his quarterback. He's hoping that Blaine Gabbert can get righted in San Francisco, but Stanton and C.J. Anderson and Matt Forte are the powerhouses behind the Oakland offense. C.J. Anderson, Delaney Walker, Zach Ertz. So he's got two nice tight end combo, Ertz and Walker. So let's go check out the action. So here we go. We're getting ready for the kickoff. Off. Jokeland. Brene has his handle as Jokeland. That's interesting. Maybe it's an offshoot of Grantland since they've now gone defunct. Tom is Tom, New York. Not to be confused with Tom, California. And Tom, Washington, D.C. So here we go. Tom gets the ball first. So I assume that Renee won the toss and deferred. So the Raiders will get the ball back will get the ball first in the second half. The Ravens are the home team. It's a quarterfinal game, so they get the good pass defense card. And average run, and on the defense, Renee will have average. Terrence West starts the game in the backfield. Julio Jones, Antonio Gates, and Demaryius Thomas with Bruce Miller as the blocking back behind Terrence West. Short pass to Julio Jones. Gets right, 3-man in zone with a free safety doubling Demaryius. 64% chance of a sack if Terrell Suggs is the one called upon. That's his best sack chance. Went to a receiver rating plus 15. If he had moved the free safety up to the short pass zone, that would have been incomplete. So Suggs is 4'6", 12 with a 3 asterisk pass rusher. He'll bring him in. Dontari Poe is a nice piece. Off tackle right to Chris Ivory. 0-man in zone short gain on Ivory's card. So as you see, Tom has the ability to switch back and forth between West and Ivory since they both have over 100 carries. Ivory had, well, I clicked on Bruce Miller card. Ivory's still in there in the I formation. Ivory had 198, and I think West had like 175, something like that. So they can run unlimited in both halves. So Miva has a rule, if you're under 100 carries, you can't. Flat pass left to Bruce Miller. Guess wrong, but it's an interception split on the receiver, on the quarterback's card. And that is one of the few places you won't get positive yardage on Big Ben's card. Look at that. Guess wrong, flat pass. And you can see why Tom uses that as the focal point of his offense. That's got to be one of the best in the set. Tom could also go with a 2 tight end set, which usually is what he does. Surprised he went with the I formation at first, Here we got a short pass to Jared Cook against the run call. Receiver reading plus 14. Second and 10 turns into first and 10. But with Jared Cook as your second tight end, that's an awful nice piece to keep on the bench. Makes it harder to double team too. West is in the game now. So West maybe is in there for the most part in the two tight end sets. If he wants to go to Ivory quickly, he switches to the other set. Guess right, short pass. There's a sack chance, but it's going to be no chance as Corey Leggett can't make hay against his matchup. It'll be a dump off for 8 yards on Antonio Gates' card. West stays in there on 2nd and 2. Baltimore already in field goal range. Renee would love to hold them here to a field goal. Long pass to Antonio Gates. Everybody keying West, but it's incomplete on Gates' receiver card. He's really good short and flat, and even long for a tight end. That's pretty nice. He's got 13, 15 units guessed wrong. Chris Ivory is in the game now. Tom's offensive line is fantastic. Short pass to Julio Jones, guessed right, 3-minute zone, plus 10, first down. But he goes 5-7, 6-4, 6-7, 5-5, and 5-7. So he's got 7s or 5s everywhere except right guard. And he's got 6s or 5s all the way around. And when Bruce Miller's in there, he has a 6 blocking back. I'll tackle right to Chris Ivory, guessed wrong, picks up 5 yards. So he'll use that as a key or a cue to try to get the other coach to say, hey, he's got Miller in there. He's going to run. Now he's going to a 2 tight end set pass, a 2 tight end formation. He's going to pass, but he'll actually run out of both formation because Cook is still a decent blocker. Looking past the Gates, 1 man in zone. It's the 6th linebacker. Jarrell Freeman stays there. Linebacker in zone, incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 5. Containment is in effect. It'll be interesting to see what Renee does here with a 6-0 linebacker. You kind of need him for that white die 6 role. But if you leave a 0 run linebacker in there, containment can be easily broken. Okay, we got West in the game in the shotgun. So you can only run him. He's not a pistol quarterback. You can only run him on a line buck. It's a short pass. Everybody's coming. There'll be 3 extra pass rushers. I missed the play, just skipped. What the heck? Must have been an incomplete pass. That was weird. Strat does that sometimes, especially if you're spectating. Penalty on the kickoff. So he does hold him to a field goal. Illegal block against Oakland. So they'll start from their own 12-yard line. The mighty Drew Stanton. You know, you always wind up with these kind of quarterback cards in a set where you can get a 1-year usage out of him. Stanton's got a decent flat pass, even a decent short pass. Actually, his flat pass is not that great. Scratch that. Renee, how are you winning with Drew Stanton as your quarterback? I tip my hat to you, my man. He's got a rough quarterback card. But with the white die 6 rule and the dump off rule, you can get some things done. Renee's line is not quite as formidable as Tom's. End run right to C.J. Anderson. And that's another way you can get things done, is just by making good calls and having good personnel. C.J. Anderson is an excellent running back. He only has 20 unfatigued carries. That's one of them right there. Like I was saying, Renee's offensive line goes 4-7, 6-7, 5-5, 4-7, and then the weak spot 0-4. Off tackle left, flat pass left to Dwayne Bowe, and that's incomplete. Tom's defense, on the other hand, is pretty stout. He's got 3 6s, a couple, 4 5s, and then a couple of 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5s. So 3 6s and 5 5. That's not bad. His pass rush, 6'9" Michael Bennett, stud. 5'0" Josh Chapman. Linebacker to C.J. Anderson, guess right. That's a no gain. Would have been a short gain, guessed wrong. So good job by Tom sniffing that out. He's got Vinny Curry over here as a 0-9 to bring in on pass rushing downs, which this is 3rd and 10. So that'll be the key today, is if Renee can get Tom guessing wrong and be able to, because he needs to be throwing guessed wrong with Stanton and running guessed wrong with C.J. Anderson. It's hard to do that consistently. Of course, no matter who your personnel is, it's always hard to get your opponent guessing wrong every time. So he'll need some help on big plays, turnovers, maybe dump offs. And also he needs to play good defense. You know, that was a big stop holding Tom to a field goal there. 3rd and 10. Paul Richardson checks in as the third wideout. Or maybe Jeremy Curley's. Yeah, he's got Curley, Bowe, and Richardson. Not exactly the trio you would expect from a playoff team. That shows you how good of a job Renee's done coaching this team. End run left to C.J. Anderson. That's going nowhere. Incomplete, but it would have been better than a pick, which would have happened on a 9 split maybe. Punt by Brian Anger. Fumble -3, but the Ravens recover. That could have been a big turning point. They take over on their own 30. Leading 3-0. I'm not sure if we have anybody else watching today. Nobody on the broadcast. I don't remember seeing a spectator join besides myself. Long batches to Mary Thomas, single covered, incomplete. Big Ben hits a blanket. If it would have been a run call, that would have been a receiver reading. That could have been a big play. Terrence West back there in the I formation. I have to keep an eye on that when he brings in West, when he brings in Ivory. They're both really good backs. Long pass to Gates, guessed wrong, hits a 7. And it was almost a long gain. Big Ben's got a pretty nice long gain card there. Guessed wrong, he's got, let's see, 5, 9, 10, 12 units guessed wrong. I'm always amazed how Tom can do that so quickly. I have to actually still count them. I guess that goes with me not playing the board game quite as much and really worrying about units until later on. Short pass to Antonio Gates, 4-man in zone, but it's a receiver rating +13. Roethlisberger, 5 of 10 so far. He's converted a couple third downs, but he just missed that one, the one 3rd and 5 deep in Oakland territory that forced him to settle for a field goal. Off tackle right to Ivory. 0-man in zone, picks up 3 guessed wrong. There's a penalty. Roughness on the Raiders. That moves the ball down to the Raiders 39. This is a quarterfinal game. The other ones are already played. So whoever wins this will join myself, Seattle, Ed Barrow, San Francisco. Flat pass right to Julio Jones, picks up a yard. And Nathan, who I think he should be St. Louis in this league. Might be somebody else, but I think it's St. Louis. I know it's Nathan. He might be Atlanta. Actually, let me look at that real quick. Second and 9 at the Oakland 38. Ivory's in the backfield in the I formation. Yeah, no, Nathan is definitely St. Louis here too. So it's St. Louis, Seattle, San Francisco, and either Baltimore or Oakland. That's a 4-yard pickup on an off tackle guessed wrong. That'll bring up another 3rd and 5 containment situation. So Tom has been getting Renee to guess wrong, but he hasn't hit his short gains quite as much as he'd like, I'm sure. Renee stays in a 3-4. Off tackle left to Ivory. Guessed wrong. Offensive onside in +5 or +0. And Jared Cook's 5 run block rating misses the block against the white die 6. So that's 4th and 5 now. And you're in no man's land, so you're going to go for it here if you're Tom. Renee's got that 3-4 defense. Short pass to Demarius Thomas being double covered. There's a 0% sack chance we might see a dump off here. Probably will see a dump off unless it's a pick. And it's a dump off for a short gain, so first down. Tom's got to be liking that modern rule set now. Frosty Rucker could not bring down the quarterback. He had a 0% chance against Kelvin Beachum 7. Long gain on a flat pass left. White die 6. Touchdown. Antonio Gates takes the ball from Big Ben and bowls over the linebacker. Makes it seem like he's not even there. And from a possible failed 4th down conversion to a touchdown in 2 plays, Baltimore takes a 10-0 lead. Yeah, so Curley is the starting flanker there. Off tackle left to Anderson with a run call. Guessed wrong, -1. Tom's really good at calling run. He's not afraid like some coaches. Sometimes I get into that habit of just calling pass all the time and trusting my defenders to fill the zones. But Tom mixing run quite a bit. And Renee really needs to be running C.J. Anderson wrong. He has 20 precious carries, and he's had 5 so far. And I would say 3 or 4 of those have been guessed right. So 5 runs for Anderson today for 10 yards. Tom's game plan may have been coming into this game is just to focus on Anderson and let Stanton beat him. 3rd and 12 now. 3 wide again for the Raiders. Off tackle right to C.J. Anderson. You got to guess wrong there, but it's tough to ask him to hit a big number and break contain. But Renee wants to play it tight, keep it close. But he may need to switch up his tactics because he's going to need to score some points here against this vaunted Ravens defense. Long pass to Thomas. Incomplete, guessed right. There was 0 minute zone, and he had moved the free safety up to the short pass zone. So Big Ben so far, 8 of 14 for 95 yards and a touchdown. Terrence West in their I formation. Bruce Miller getting some time. Short pass to Julio Jones, guessed wrong. Incomplete. Big Ben's got a fantastic short pass wrong card, but he does have blanks on 9 and 10. And of course, 11 was the interception split. So if you don't hit those numbers, you're going to be in business, especially with his receivers. Anquan Bolden checks in on 3rd and 10 as the 3rd wideout. The Ravens have not had to punt today. This is a big sequence here. Oakland not showing blitz. Long pass to Bolden being double covered. Incomplete as a dump off. I guess there was no high linebacker there, so no sack chance. And a nice stop for Renee. That's exactly what he needed. Penalty. Running into the kicker against Oakland for 5 yards. I think Baltimore will decline that since they got a 48-yard punt with no return. Although he might want to try to pin him back more. He does. Moves it up. This could be great or this could be bad. Let's see where he lands. Good so far. About the same. So he was around like the 31. Now he's at the 29. He doesn't have a huge impact punt returner anyway. So 1st and 10. Matt Forte is now in the game in the unusual 2 halfback, 2 tight end set. And run left to Forte. Gaston picks up 4 yards. Offensive onside end. Zach Ertz's 5 roll could not make the block. Interesting formation here. I don't know why you wouldn't just go. Oh, because he wants a second tight end in there. That's the thing. His second tight end is better than his split end. Ertz over Bo. 2nd and 6. See how Tom responds to that run with Forte. Forte is an excellent receiver too, so you might see him throw a little bit more to the backside of the backfield. There it is, flat pass right to Forte. Guessed wrong, but it went on the D card, so that only picks up 2 yards. That brings up 3rd and 4. Forte stays in there, same formation. Stanton 1 of 2 so far for 2 yards. Of course, he hasn't had the ball much as Tom has driven both times. Long pass to Delaney Walker being double covered by the free safety, but there's a dump off, +6, first down. I think that's the second first down of the game, because they did have a short game by Anderson. Yeah, so that's their second first down. Out to the 41. Flat pass left to James Devlin, guessed wrong, but you land on the D cards, you're not going to get big yardage. Interesting formation here. I haven't really seen too many coaches use this, but Renee's using it to good effect. See if Tom moves up that free safety to guard against the flats a little more. There's long pass to Forte. He's being double covered, but his linebacker was moved, so he's really being single covered by the 5 free safety. Dump off chance, +20. First down. Zach Ertz takes the ball after Drew Stanton was flushed from the pocket. 1st and 10. Baltimore nearing field goal range Oakland nearing field goal range at the Baltimore 37. Josh Chapman's, his only downside is he's not a good pass rusher. So Rodney Hudson had no problem holding him off. Flat pass left to Devlin, another +2. We've seen that like 3 times now on the D card. 2nd and 8. Forte's still in there. Run, short pass to Matt Forte, 3-minute zone, but guessed wrong, but it landed on the interception split. And Tom has the good pass D card, so it's incomplete, whereas the average would have been +12. 3rd and 8. Do you run here to make sure you get into field goal range, close it to a single score game, or do you try to pass and pick up the first down? You've had a couple good dump offs here. Matthews against Jared Allen's one to watch. Bennett's facing a 7 pass blocker, so he's going to have a rough time today. But he might break through once or twice. Both Jelani Jenkins and Brandon Marshall have okay pass rushing numbers if Tom decides to bring them, but he's not showing blitz here. The 3-3-5. Flat pass right to Zach Ertz, trying to get a few more yards. There was 2-minute zone, but it's incomplete. They're going to try they're going to try a punt. So they pin the Ravens deep. They'll start at their own 11. So I almost would have liked to see a run there. I know Renee's done that. Maybe he was expecting Tom to do that, to call run. Flat pass left to Julio Jones, guessed right, incomplete. But I would have loved to seen him get at least a field goal there. The old cat and mouse game, though. 2nd and 10. End run to Ivory. Goes for +6, guessed wrong, and it's 3rd and 4. No containment. Broadcast seems to be going okay. Terrence West checks in. Hoping to goad Renee into a run call. Doesn't get it. Offensive onside in, +5 or 0. Gates, as good of a pass catcher that he is, even though he's a big guy, he's got the 0 run block rating. Oh, only 23-yard punt and a 7-yard return, and right away Renee's gets the ball. near field goal range. Better than a block on 12, I guess. But 16-yard net yards on that punt, that didn't help. 1st and 10. Back to that Matt Forte formation. Linebacker Forte gets right, -1. Imagine what Renee could have done with a better quarterback. Gets the 9 wins, wins a playoff game with Drew Stanton. Although Stanton doesn't fumble and doesn't throw a lot of picks, he's not bad turnover-wise, which is what you need in this league. Off tackle right guessed wrong, +1, so 3rd and 10. Same situation as before, where you're just a little bit outside field goal range. Let's look at Oakland's kicker real quick. I think it's Cairo Santos. Is that right? Who is this kicker? Yeah, Cairo Santos. So he needs to get at least a yard here. Linebacker draw. Anderson picks up 9, 4th and 1. Oh, interesting. Santos is not the best, so you might want to go for it here. Yeah, he's going for it. Got Forte in there. I like this call. Let's see if Tom floods the flats. Maybe goes short yardage. Maybe calls pass and tries to double team one of those tight ends. Or Forte. That's going to be the 3 guys I would look at. Ertz, Walker, and Forte. Prime targets here. I think you want to run the ball, though. I think Renee's going to run it. Nope, flat pass left to Delaney Walker. It would have picked it up, but there was a pre-snap penalty. So he'll try the field goal. Santos is like 2 through 9 or 2 through 8 and 12. Yeah, 2 through 8 only. But it's good. Split was a 5, so it's down to a 7-point lead. That's what Renee needs to do in this game. Stay close, have a puncher's chance to pull it out at the end. I think we're locked up here. I see a spinning wheel. It's not good. Let me just jump back in real quick. Okay, so Tom gets the ball back. We missed one run for a yard, or a must run for a yard or something. But 2nd and 9. Leading by 7 with the ball, 6:36. Linebacker Terrence West being keyed. -1. Nice call there by Renee. Would have been 6 guessed wrong, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. You got to make big calls like that. Bruce Miller stays in the game in a fullback 2 tight end set. Interesting. Renee going 3-5, showing blitz. Miller's not going to run the ball. He's in there for his pass blocking. But you'd like to have somebody with a little bit more threat. Although, let's look at his flat pass guessed wrong. Oh yeah, he's plenty good on that. Short pass to Gates, 4-man in zone with a free safety coming. No sack, +14, 1st down. There was a potential pass rush, but no high linebacker, no pass rush. Terrell Suggs, where were you? It's another 3rd down conversion for the Ravens. Got quite a few of those, I feel, today. They're 3 of 7 so far on 3rd downs. Feels like it's been better than that. Flat pass right to Jones, guessed right. White die 6, picks up 7, 2nd and 3. The big question is, how long can Renee keep this close? Because Tom is looking to open it up and blow him out. Renee says, no, I'm not having that. 2nd and 3. Ivory in the game. Short pass to Jones, guessed right, 3-man zone. Boom. Big Ben is on fire. 12 of 21 so far for 129. I guess he's not exactly on fire completion percentage wise, but he seems to be hitting his own cards quite regularly. West is in there now, I formation. Long pass to Jones being double covered. Incomplete. Oh my. That would have been incomplete, right, wrong, or doubled. It's the 8 that has the long gain. So good double though. Anyway, you get that in the head of your opponent. 2nd and 10. Tom's not afraid to go back-to-back bombs though. He might run it though, try to get into field goal range. Ivory's in there. Flat pass left to Gates. Incomplete on his receiver card, but there's a penalty offsides, and that moves it up to 2nd and 5. Oakland would have loved to have a penalty not to show up and have it be 3rd and 10. 2nd and 5 is a lot harder to stop than 3rd and 10. Let's see what Tom does here. The strength of Renee's defense is those two cornerbacks. Long pass to Gates, covered by a 4. 1 man in zone. Sack chance. No sack chance. Dump off for +7. High linebacker again. Come on, Suggs, get in there. Where's my Terrell Suggs? He's staying home quite a bit. 1st and 10 now at the Oakland 28. Flat pass right to Miller, 2 men in zone. -4. Or sorry, -2. Defender -4, -2. And Terrell Suggs, as good of a run stuffer as he is, only a 4 pass defender in this set. 2nd and 12. West is in the game. Remember, Renee had that big key on him on 2nd down when with this drive first started. Short pass to Thomas. 4 men in zone. Guessed right. +12. But Baltimore's flagged for holding, so penalties help. Penalties giveth, penalties taketh away. And that backs up the Ravens to 2nd and 22. West back in the game. Watch for Tom to try to run him off tackle here, hoping to get a pass call from Renee. Get back into field goal range. Off tackle right to West. It is, guessed wrong, the bailout 10 roll, but there's a 5-yard penalty that takes it back to 2nd and 27. I think Renee would have rather had 3rd and 23. Ivory in the game. Maybe a flat pass here. Looking to get that white die 6. Let's see what Tom does. 2:42 to go in the half. Big possession here as Renee doesn't want to go down 2 scores. Flat pass left to Ivory. There's a 4 there. Picks up 6 yards, and that's going to be 3rd and 21. You're at Oakland's 39-yard line, so you might see Tom run again West off tackle, trying to get in the field goal range. The field goal is important here. He has Ivory in the game. He goes to the I formation, so Renee stays in his 3-4. No, excuse me, Renee goes 3-3-5. And he has Chris Borland in there as his middle linebacker to stop getting a first down with contain, which may tell Tom, go ahead and run. I just don't want you to get a first down. But maybe Tom doesn't want a first down. He just wants to get in the field goal range. Let's check Tom's kicker real quick. Renee is showing blitz. So his field goal is Dan Carpenter, who's good. 2 through 7 out to the 41. He's already in field goal range. He might just throw deep trying to get a sniper scope or something. At the cat and mouse game. Off tackle left, Ivory. Containment in effect. Blocking back +7 or +5. And that'll bring out Dan Carpenter, who is 2 through 7 from 33 on, but it's even better than that inside the 32. Let's see what the adjustment happens. Variable field goal range goes backwards. So it was 2 through 7, was adjusted by 2, and the kick was no good. I think a 10 would have even been bad at the other range. But Renee gets the ball back, down 7, in good field position. Let's check Baltimore's kicker real quick. Got a linebacker to Anderson, guess right, for 0 yards. If he would have been adjusted, a 10 still would have been bad. It would have been 2 through 9 and 12. May have made Tom feel even worse that it was a 10 on that kind of, where only a 10 or 11 would have missed the field goal. 2nd and 10. Linebacker Anderson, he just keeps running when Anderson's in the game, and Tom just keeps calling run. How about Anderson in the game and passing? A flat pass there would have been a receiver reading. Of course, hindsight's 20/20. 1:22 to go in the first half. Maybe he just wants to use the clock up so Tom doesn't get another chance. Baltimore did call a timeout there. Will we see another C.J. Anderson run on 3rd down? Flat pass right to Curley. Incomplete. So I'll have to punt it. 43-yard punt down to the 18. 7-yard return. Baltimore gets it with 21 minute left at their own 25. They can get into field goal range relatively quickly with that offense. So Renee will still need to be on his game. This is the kind of game that Renee wanted, though. A nice low-scoring, slugfest type of game. And look at that clock adjustment. It went from 1 minute to 1:07. Interesting. Linebacker draw to Terrence West. Short gain, but a false start. Or offsides on the offense. That backs it up 5 yards. Ivory in the game now in a 2 tight end set. Flat pass right to Gates, 0 men there. Guessed wrong, +12. 1 minute left now. Nice call there by Tom. Ivory in there in the I formation. Tom still got 2 timeouts. And run to Ivory, guessed wrong. Picks up 3 and a first down. Gets out of bounds. 52 seconds now left. West is in there. 2 tight end set. Always a threat to run. Short pass to Cook, though. 3-minute zone covered by a 4. Incomplete. That's Big Ben's long gain, isn't it? Yeah, it sure is. Thomas was being doubled on that play, by the way. So 2nd and 10, 45 seconds left. Maybe a run here. It is an off tackle right to West. Guessed wrong, short gain. You're always got to be aware of that. It's a tough card to defend. That's only his 3rd run for today and his 1st run for positive yardage as he rumbles for 17. Baltimore calls timeout, 37 seconds left. Now they're only 7 yards out of Dan Carpenter's outside field goal range to get a 2 through 7 field goal chance. Now that you have him, you showed him West's card. Maybe you go deep here, thinking he'll call run, or at least go short. Flat pass right to Thomas, pass called, 0-minute zone though. There's a 33% chance of a sack as Terrell Suggs' number comes up against John Greco. And no sack, incomplete. It was 36 out of 100, so it would have nearly had it, just couldn't quite. He had his hand on Roethlisberger's jersey, couldn't quite pull him down. 2nd and 10, 30 seconds left. Flat pass right with a run call, +8. And that gets you into field goal range. 3rd and 2. Baltimore will probably go hurry up, save that last time out. See what they do. Can't really spike it. Then it's 4th and 2. I might just call it a straight timeout. 22 seconds left. The problem is if you don't convert this first down, you can't really spike it. But you still might be able to think you're okay here. Interesting call. 3rd and 2. Maybe Tom decides to just throw a bomb. And no, it's an in run left to Anderson. Ooh, and a penalty backs it up 5 yards. 22 seconds left. So he used that last time out to stop the clock. He's now in 3rd and 7 with containment in effect. And if you don't get the first down, if you run the ball and you're contained, you're really hoping to make sure that Dan Carpenter or Dan Bailey, which Dan was it? That they're not pushed back out of field goal range. Okay, so Ivory's in the game. 3-3-5 for the defense. Flat pass left to Jones. Single covered. Incomplete. 4th and 7 now. With 15 seconds left, I might even go for it because you're only giving him 2 plays in a best case scenario, and his offense isn't that great. Throw short and try to get a dump off. Like, that was a flat pass that if he would have been throwing short, had a decent chance at a dump off. So he is going to go for it. I think I like this. You don't make it, you give Renee one shot. Oh, he thinks better of it. Oh, the defense called timeout. He said, Tom, are you sure you really want to go for it here? I'll give you another chance to punt. Tom says, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. I'm going for it. Now, what Renee could do was go for an all-out blitz. You get a sack here. Give yourself a chance to get into field goal range with 1 play. If you can, get a -12 sack here. Decisions. The problem is Tom's blocking is so good. He doesn't go blitz. You might see him drop Suggs in. Short pass to Bruce Miller, covered by Suggs, and it's Donatari Poe as a sack chance. It's going to be a dump off here. Nope, it's going to be a straight completion. +12 gets out of bounds, and that'll give Carpenter a shot at a field goal. Again, 2 through 7 here. So good fortune favors the bowl. Good job by Tom. Let's see if he gets, oh, he misses it. Dan Carpenter. If I had a hammer. So 2 missed long field goals by Carpenter has kept the game within a single score, and the Raiders will get the ball first in the second half. Stanton takes a knee. That's the end of the half. And if we're lucky, we don't have the halftime bug. 10-7. So nice job by Renee to pull Tom into a slobber knocker slugfest to try to keep this game ugly. The Ravens will start at decent field position at the 34, thanks to a 30-yard return by Paul Richardson. We see Forte back in the game. Renee's had some success moving the ball with Forte in there because Tom seems less likely to call run, so he can run him wrong a little more. Stanton has 32 yards of passing so far. That is not getting it done. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And you can't win the game in the first quarter, the second quarter, or the third quarter. Off tackle right to Forte, run, nose tackle. Josh Chapman. He chaps the hide of Forte, brings him down. 3rd and 10. We really haven't seen Renee throw short here, knowing that Stanton's card is bad. Trying to get a white die 6 or running the ball. Let's see what he does here. Here's a short pass to Anderson. Must run for 7 yards. That's a sneaky good must run card. Of course, he only hits it 6 out of 32 times. I guess right, but another punt. Gets Tom inside the 20. Going to make him go 84 yards to find the end zone, which Tom is more than capable of doing with this team. Looking past the Gates. Guessed right. 1 man in zone, +9 on Gates' card. So now we see why Gates has 90+ receptions. He's got an excellent flat pass card. Really, really good. Off tackle right to Terrence West. Offensive onside guard +7. That is a successful block by Jari Evans. 2 tight end set. Terrence West in the game. Flat pass left to West. Picks up 3. 2nd and 7. West has a max gain of 11 yards on a flat pass there. Or short pass even, I think. This is max. That's not bad, though. His card's really good for somebody who has a capped pass catching at 11. 2nd and 7. Long pass to Demaryius Thomas. Guessed right. 0 man in zone as the free safety's doubling. Dump off for 10 yards. Another sack chance that wasn't fulfilled since the second high linebacker wasn't coming. 1st and 10 now, into near midfield. Linebacker to West, guessed wrong. The dreaded 5, first time we've seen that today. West only has 5 runs for 23 yards today, so he's using it more as a threat than an actual weapon. Conserving his runs. 2nd and 10. Off tackle draw. Chris Ivory guessed wrong. Back-to-back dreaded 5s. That brings up 3rd and 10. Bruce Miller in the game in a 2 tight end, 1 fullback set. Renee will respond with a 3-3-5. Looking past to Demaryius Thomas. Guessed right. Short gain. Big Ben. That's a big roll. 20 yards from Ben to Demaryius Thomas. First down, and you're in field goal range. Tom wants to get this game out to a 2-score lead or more as soon as possible. 8:42 to go in the 3rd quarter. No turnovers yet. Flat pass left to Miller. Guessed right. No, excuse me. It'll be guessed wrong now. Guessed right in the quarterback's card, but guessed wrong on Miller's card since all the linebackers were coming. So his coverage switched. He was open on the play, so it went from -1 if he had left the linebackers home to a +7. 2nd and 3. Now we're in the good Dan Carpenter field goal range. Flat pass left to West. Guessed wrong. 4 linebacker in the zone. Interception split makes it 3rd and 2. It only got 1 yard. Of course, if he would have slid another linebacker over there, that would have been a pick. 2 through 10, 11, and 12. 2 through 10 pick, 11 and 12 incomplete. West is in the game, 3rd and 2. Off tackle right to West. Linebacker in the zone. So it goes to defensive nose tackle, -1 or +3. It'll be stuffed, and it'll be a field goal chance for Carpenter. Remember, only bet on 10 and 11, so that's good. So 13-3, 2-score game. I'm sure he would have liked a touchdown, but he'll take the 10-point lead at this point in the game. 6:36 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Raiders must get some more offense. Let's take a look at the box score. I think they only have a handful of first downs so far. Yeah, 3. 3 first downs, 17 first downs to 3, but it's only a 10-point lead. Linebacker to Forte, guessed wrong, picks up 5. So Tom's done a good job on defense, but Renee just hasn't been able to move the ball, period, whether he's facing a good call or a bad call. I think the key so far has been Tom calling a run frequently to stop C.J. Anderson, who's such a big threat. A little bit of a pause here. Line back to Forte, picks up another 5. First down. It's fourth. That's the fourth first down of the game for the Raiders. Forte's only run for 14 yards, 10 of them on those last 2 plays. Left and run left, picks up 3 yards due to the defensive end, Jared Allen, not being able to stop that. A white die 5 against his 4 rating. Okay. 2nd and 7.
You there, Dennis? Dennis, you there? I can't hear you at all. I hope your whole broadcast would not sound like this. You cannot be heard at all.
So push this button. How's that?
That's
Sorry,
much better. I hope your whole broadcast wasn't like that.
Oh God, I got a feeling it was at some point. Probably when I moved rooms.
Oh,
no, we'll see. That would be bad. Actually, let's go ahead and shut this down then, and let me bring another one up so we can have. If I need to redo the audio on that one, I'll do it. But this will be just the interview. Stand by.